Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to be walking you through how to customize the watch face on your Garmin Instinct Crossover watch. Now I'm going to be using the solar version in today's video. It shouldn't matter whether you've got the solar or the non-solar, this video should work for you. The one thing I will say is when we start getting into the fields that we can choose from, there will be some different fields on the solar versus the non-solar, primarily the solar charging capability that you're getting on your solar you will not see if you don't have the solar model. Everything else is going to be pretty much the same. While we are using the crossover, this video is pretty similar if you've got the Instinct 1 or 2. They basically operate the same way. This is one of the things on this watch that you have to do on the watch. You cannot go into the Garmin Connect app on your cell phone and change your watch face. Most of the other settings you could do that. You can basically use your cell phone, change anything you want to, sync the watch, and your changes will come over the watch. Again, you cannot do that with your watch face. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and press and hold the middle button on the left-hand side. First, let me say, before we get going, you're going to have 11 different watch faces that come on this watch that you can choose from, but you can also go out to the Garmin Connect IQ app and download additional watch faces if you don't like any of the delivered ones. Let's press and hold the menu button on the left-hand side. That will take us into our settings. The very first thing you should see when you go into your settings menu is watch face. So we're just going to press the GPS button, and you're basically at your watch face chooser at this point. You can see there's a line over here on the left-hand side. There's a little dark indicator up here at the top that's showing you which watch face you're looking at in your list of 11 delivered watch faces. I should mention you cannot delete any of the delivered watch faces. They will always be on your watch. But again, you can download additional ones in addition to these 11. So the first thing you need to do is figure out which watch face do you want. Now, the same as with the Garmin Instinct 1 and 2, you're going to see that there's some that are pretty busy and have a lot of functionality in terms of different data fields you can choose. And then as we go through the list, you'll see that there's some that are not very functional at all. They're really more just for looks and decoration. So I'm going to go through, let's go through the whole list. I'll show you all of them, and then we will choose one and customize it. So I'm starting at the top. I've got this one. This one. You'll see some of them have various data fields we can choose. Some of them, like this one, are more for looks, and they only have a single data field. So not really so much for functionality, but more so for looks. As with the other Instinct models, I'm never too impressed with the delivered watch faces they give you. That's the 11 of them. So let's go choose one to customize. I'll show you the thing I don't like. We'll talk about a couple things I don't like on the Garmin Instinct Crossover. I'm going to choose this watch face. Looks good. Once you have the watch face you want, all you're going to do is press the GPS button, and it will take you to a sub-menu. You're going to have the option to either apply the watch face or customize it. Apply means take it exactly as it is and make it my watch face. Save it and get out of there. Customize means we want to change the fields on that given watch face. We want to use it, but before we save it and apply it, we want to customize it. The thing I don't like about the crossover is in the manual it says you can customize or change the color, which is totally false. You cannot change the color on any of the delivered watch faces on the Garmin Instinct Crossover, and that's one of the big negatives I found on it versus the Instinct 1 and 2. It seems like they do this every time they come out with a new Instinct. They make some things better, and then they make some things worse. On the Instinct 1 and 2, you can choose to either have this dark background with the light colored font, or you can have the light background with the dark font. On the crossover, you cannot do that. All of your delivered watch faces have this dark background with the light font, which some of you might think, hey, that's great. Me personally, I like the light background with the dark font. I find it easier to see. You'll notice we chose our watch face. We have a watch field up here that's blinking, a data field. It's basically saying, what do we want to use in that field? I'm going to use the up or down button, and I can cycle through the different watch face data fields I've got. I've got the month and the day, my heart rate information, step counting, altitude value, barometer value, so on and so forth. I mentioned I would say the things I didn't like about it, other than the watch face colors. Let's just choose a data field. Let's just do something boring, the month and the day. I'm going to press the GPS button to confirm that data field, and it's going to take me to my next data field on this watch face, which is this bottom one. Again, I can use the up or down button, and I can cycle through the available data fields, and I can choose one. I mentioned earlier, if you don't have the solar one, you would have a different data field. This is what I was talking about. On the solar model, you can see how much solar charging you're getting. You wouldn't see that data field if you don't have the solar model. But that's my second data field. This watch face has two data fields. What I don't like is on most of the watch faces, they give you a value like this. This watch face has my hours, minutes, and my day of the week, and I can't change that day of the week. I can change this top data field, I can change this bottom data field, but when I press GPS, I've confirmed my changes, I'm stuck with the day of the week, which to me is silly. I wish they would have let you change that. Maybe you don't want the day of the week. They could have let you edit it to where you would have something that's more functional there versus the day of the week. But nonetheless, we've successfully changed our watch face. The nice thing is it will remember your data fields for this watch face. So in a second, we'll go and we'll change to another one. It will keep this one the same. And it's kind of cool because maybe maybe you want to use one watch face for when you're doing an exercise, and you want to use another watch face for when you're at the office, and another watch face for when you're out fishing. You can do that. You can have them set up for different purposes. Let's do it one more time. We'll do it a little bit quicker. I won't talk as much. I'm going to press and hold the menu button. I'm going to press GPS to choose watch face. I'm on my current watch face. I'm going to go through the listing. I'm going to find a different watch face. I'm going to choose this one. Press GPS. I can either apply it or again I can customize it. Let's go and let's customize it. This one has just one data field that I can customize. So I will go through the list of options and I will pick something. Some of the watch faces, I'm not sure if it's this one, will actually let you turn off the data field. So maybe you don't want a data field at all. You could do it. The other thing I said that they did worse on the Instinct Crossover versus the Instinct 1 and 2 is you'll notice as I'm going through this list, there is no moon phase. If you are somebody like me that you like the moon phase on your watch face, don't get the Garmin Instinct Crossover unless you're planning on downloading a third-party watch face from the Garmin Connect IQ app, because they don't have moon phase as a data field on the watch faces like they do on the Instinct 1 and 2. The Instinct 1 is awesome for moon phase. Instinct 2 is still pretty good. It's not as good as the Instinct 1. Instinct Crossover, they took the moon phase off completely. Not sure why they did that. I've confirmed it. Now I've changed this watch face and I've made it my current watch face. If we go back to the prior one that we did, there it is, and I can apply it. No need to change the data fields unless I wanted to because I'd already set those earlier, so I've got this watch face set up the way I want. Pretty simple stuff. It really works the same as most of your other Garmin watches and for sure the same as your other Garmin Instinct watches, but that's the basics of how you customize the watch face on your Garmin Instinct Crossover watch. I hope the video helps.